Hey, it's Chanel at BrightGirl Media here, and in this video, I am going to share with you website development hacks that you need to know before you launch your website. Now, if you already have a website for your business, that's fine. I want you to still take note because some of these things are going to apply to you, and you want to make sure that you put your best foot forward when you have your website developed or revamped for your business. Now, optimizing a website is paramount if you want your website to perform. You don't want to just have a nice looking site that sits there and it does absolutely nothing. You're not getting any conversions. People are bouncing. You're noticing that your traffic is just not really going up. So you want to make sure that you optimize it for your audience. And here are some tips on how to do exactly that. So the first thing that you need to know is that not everybody that visits your website is going to convert. That's just how the cookie crumbles. So on average, about 2.35% of the people who come to your site are actually going to purchase or convert or sign up to do something with you. So what that means is out of 100 people that visit your site, you might get 2 to 3 people to actually do what you want them to do. So you need to be able to drive traffic to that site, and when you capture them, you need to make sure that your site performs so that you don't lose them along the way. Because hey, you've worked hard to get this traffic, right? You've ramped up your SEO, you've did the calls to action on social media, you're doing Facebook ads, Google ads, and everything in between. So you want your website to pay off once they get there. So as long as you know that the conversion rate on average for websites is 2.35%, you can set your expectations in knowing what to expect when you get that 100 people that come to your website. Now, my first tip in optimizing your site is choosing the right colors. This may sound elementary or, simple, but it's so true. You want to make sure that you choose the right colors because you don't want somebody to get the wrong impression of your brand or the wrong feeling or emotion when they come to your website. Because the truth is, most buying decisions are made based on emotion. So you want to give them the right feeling. You want to make them feel welcome. You want to make them feel comfortable. You want to make your business appear to be trustworthy in a way that makes them want to then go and buy. Now, most people who are, knowledgeable about branding and marketing, we all know that there's a such thing as color theory. And so colors emote, they make you feel a certain way. So for instance, the color green is always associated with money, abundance, growth, flourishing, life, things like that. So if that's the feeling that you want people to get when they come to your website, then present green colors. Colors like yellow, they're happy and sunshine and light and, fun. And that's what you think of when you see yellow. So colors like red, though, is like fire and anger and passion and even stop, right? Stop signs are red. So you may want to veer away from red on your website depending upon what you want people to do or walk away with. So just be cognizant of the colors that you choose with your brand and on your website so that you don't offend or push people away or give them the wrong impression that makes them just not even like your site. Sometimes people don't like your site and they don't even know why. It's because the colors just really aren't agreeing with them. My second tip is to avoid cramming so much stuff on each page. Okay, you want to make sure that you make the best use of the white space on your website. You don't want to have so much information and so much text crammed on your website that people see it and all they see is a bunch of words and they don't feel like reading and they're out of there. So break up your content. Make sure that you have small paragraphs, bigger fonts, sans serif fonts, meaning they don't have the feet on them, so that they're easier to read. Put things in bullet points and even, add more video and add more pictures to your website so that everything isn't text, and you aren't just trying to cram so much information down people's throats. Because what happens when they get so much information? It's information overload. The brain starts, firing off, and then they're out of there. They don't want to have anything to do with it. It's too much. I gotta go. I gotta get out of here. Now I'm confused. and confused minds don't buy. So minimize the text, optimize the white space, and make it look clean, crisp, and airy and inviting so people will want to come and actually read all the lovely copy that you've written on your website. My third tip is to simplify your navigation. Now, it may be tempting for you to put a link in your menu to every page that you have on your website or every piece of content that you have on your website. Do not do this, okay? Make sure that your navigation is simple, that it leads people on a journey to the most important things, and do not leave out those pages that lead them to a call to action to actually buy. So make those things priority. Don't have too many options for people to choose from, because when they're driven there through social media, through Google ads, Facebook ads, or SEO, you want them to get on your site and instantly be able to make a decision. You don't want them to have to search around and figure out where things are. And giving them too many options just leads them down too many paths. And just like my second point, the third one, it applies to. People will get confused. It's information overload. It's too much and nothing will happen. So simplify your navigation. Keep it to about 5 different tabs that they can choose from maximum. And then everything else you can start to put in your footer and the navigation down at the bottom of your site, or create a sitemap so that people can find other things that are more hidden on your site. My next tip is to skip on the free templates. I know that they're tempting. They're out there. There's tons of them out there, and you want the easiest and quickest way to get a website up. But skip the free templates, okay? You need a way that you can optimize your site, customize it to look like your brand. You don't want your site to look like everybody else's and look plain Jane or generic like everybody else's site. And you also need to be able to upgrade your site as needed. So make sure that you have templates that you've either paid for, or you have a custom built website that you can optimize and you can change and you can keep it up to date, and you don't have to worry about those templates going out of date and not functioning properly. And my last and final tip on how to optimize your website is to create motion. So motion attracts people's eyes. So video always performs better than photos. So you want to make sure that you get some video on your website. And also for your calls to action and the places that you want people to really draw their attention to, create animations for those things. Pop-ups work, or slide-ins work, or blowing things up and making them small. Whatever you need to do to animate some of those pieces of content that you want people to actually pay attention to is going to help to optimize your site, because it's going to draw their attention there and it's going to make them want to see what it is, and it's interactive and it's fun. So create motion on your website. Don't just have a static website with nothing happening. People bounce, people get bored, and nothing will happen for you. So those are my tips for optimizing your website. If you need help optimizing your site, I need you to reach out to me. My contact information is in the description below. So go ahead, click the links, get on my calendar, and let's chat and let's optimize your site. We want to make sure that you put your best foot forward on the web. Now, before we go, I need to make sure that you subscribe to this channel, smack the bell so that you get all the notifications, and stay in tune and stay in touch, because I'm dropping all the heat and spilling all the tea when it comes to marketing. So until next time.